So I have a little news that I wanted to share with people on YouTube. I have written a book and it is called Awkward Bitch, My Life with MS. And this is it here in its manuscript Word document form. I wrote this book partially out of a need, just, to write my experiences down. And also I wanted to kind of write something that told my stories in a really, raw kind of way that people who don't have MS could also relate to. So anyway, I wrote this book. It took me about 2 years to write it, on and off. I finished it in the beginning of this year. And then a few months ago, I just thought, well, I'll have it published myself. So I started to explore the route of self-publishing, and I met someone who read it and suggested that I send it out to some agents in London. So I did. I kind of sent it out thinking, well, I don't have any books under my belt, and people don't really take on new writers too often, so we'll see. Anyway, I sent it out, and I got a bite. I have an agent, so yeah, I'm now signed on with a literary agent, and she is just so cool. She's a really cool lady, so I do hope to have this thing published by the end of this year or early next year. So that's my good news, and I do hope that some of you will get a chance to read it. Basically what the book is about is my metamorphosis from being a bitch into the awkward bitch. And you sort of have to have a little background about me, which is I was born in New York, actually, as you can probably tell from my accent, and I moved here partly because I'm a musician, so I felt the music industry was much more suited to my needs here. So my husband of 11 years, well now 11 years, then he was my husband of what, 8 years, we moved together, obviously. He's American. I'm Irish and American. So it was like our huge dream to move here, and within 1 month of us being here, I started to get really, really sick. Now, because I don't make enough money with my music, my day job is in luxury retail, of all things. I'm assistant store manager of a very well-known designer. At the time, though, of this book, I was department manager of Yves Saint Laurent on Bond Street. So my life was always very surreal anyway. Before MS, I deal with a lot of celebrities. There's a lot of well-known celebrities in the book, and there's a lot of crazy things go on in that business anyway. So on top of that, add double vision and hallucinations, and you've got yourself a whole storyline. So it is quite funny. A lot of it is just hilarious. It goes through cities like Miami, Paris, New York, and where I live, London. Then there's parts that are, of course, quite sad because I was very down at one point. And it's really, I think, insightful for people who don't have MS, especially. From the people who read it, everyone who's read it so far does not have MS. And every one of them has said how it gave them a real insight as to what it could be like having this disease. And I think for people who do have MS, it will also there'll be a lot of, oh yeah, me too, and this kind of thing. I talk about a lot of things that, are touchy subjects, not just sex, but about shitting, for example. Just like really, there's some really disgusting things in it, but I tell it in a very comedic way, and I do hope that it will be beneficial to people. But that is my news. So Awkward Bitch, my life with MS. Hopefully it will be out soon-ish, and I will definitely update you when there's more news to be told. Thanks.